Hey yo guys, it's August here with another C# tutorial. Today I'm gonna be solving the ATM solution that I gave you guys the other time, and we'll be working on that in a few. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and create a new program. It's file, new project. And those who are using Visual Studio 2017 going upwards, please do not select the .NET Core. Please, I beg, go with the .NET framework. Ne? So yeah, you go with the thingy, and then let's change it here to ATM, and then boom. Okay, powerful. So let's first change that back to public, and also that to public. Okay, so number one, an ATM functionality that we have is the deposit functionality. It's the deposit functionality, the withdrawal functionality. So those are the two functionalities that we have within an ATM. And first things first, the main thing that an ATM machine has is that you don't enter your balance on an ATM machine. It doesn't. It has never ever happened that your ATM machine asks you to enter your balance. That's not proper programming, ne? And I didn't teach anybody that. So first things first, we can declare an integer and call it balance. Let's say our balance is 5,000. Actually, let's see. Yeah, our balance can be 5,000. Okay, powerful. Let's declare that. Now we have our balance on our ATM machine, and mind you, this balance will never ever change. Reason being, it's saved on our code. We have initialized our balance, so it will never change. Our balance will forever be 5,000 unless otherwise the program remains active. But if the program starts working, then the balance is gonna change. So if we want the balance to change, we can save the balance on a text file or on a database. Okay, on our ATM machines, everything is saved on their database or on their server. So we're gonna have the public static. Let's call this one void. It's for deposit. Okay, and then if we are depositing, what is required? It's int actually it's not the int, it's the double amount. Okay, there's an n missing there. And then okay, and then we have the method for we can also make this one void. Let's call it withdraw. Okay, reason why capital letter W is not there, it's because this guy is activating the webcam every time I press Shift W. Okay, powerful. Okay, so now we have those two methods, and also here we have to pass the amount. Let's make the small letters amount. Okay, so when we deposit, there's a certain amount of money that we go to an ATM machine to deposit. When we withdraw, there's a certain amount of money that we withdraw from an ATM machine. Actually, let's make this no, let's return something. Let's also return something here, which is a double. Okay, so here we're gonna return what? Let's say the balance. Okay, and then also this is gonna receive double balance, and it's gonna return the balance. Okay, copy this, we paste it there. Okay, and then we return what? Balance. Okay, okay, powerful. Now let's declare, let's make it a double balance, which is equal to 5,000, and then we close that. Okay, okay, now next functionality that we need to understand is what happens on an ATM machine when we deposit any amount of money. The thing that happens on an ATM machine is that it takes your remaining balance on that ATM and then it adds the amount of money that you have deposited now. So basically what this does is that it returns the sum of the total amount that is now on to your account. So we can just say, okay, this will return balance plus amount. So we take the amount and then okay. Okay, so it does that. That's what this thing does at the end of the day. So okay, we're gonna say double, let's call this final balance is gonna be equal to deposit, and then we pass in the balance, the initial balance, and then we pass in the amount. Let's call this AMNT. Okay, so up here let's come and say console dot write. Okay guys, please bear with me, I struggle with the W, write line, and then we say enter the amount of money you wish to deposit. Okay, we close that, and then we come, we declare a double, let's call it AMNT, which is gonna be equal to console dot, not console, convert dot to double, not decimal, to double, and then we pass in console dot read the line, and then we close that. Okay, then that's that. And then now let's come down here and say console dot okay, right line, and say your balance is, put the R over there, plus final balance. Okay, and then we close there. Okay, let's test this thing. Okay, powerful. There we go. It says enter the amount you wish to deposit. Let's deposit another 5,000. Okay, forgot something. It's console dot read key, and at the back of my mind I thought I've coded this because I used console dot read line. Okay, there we go. Let's deposit 5,000 again, and then your balance is now 10,000. Okay, powerful. Let's close this, and let's just delete this. Okay, and then remember, before we jump into all that, what we need to know, okay, let's come down here. When we withdraw, we know that from our balance we subtract what? The amount. Are we on the same page? So we are done with these two methods. This one will return the sum, and then this one will return the difference. Okay, that's what happens in an ATM machine. But before that happens, let's come here and declare an integer. Let's call the integer pin, and then let's equate it to 15, 14. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Nah? And then it says console dot shift W, it's control dot write line, and then it says enter your pin. Okay, okay, please forgive me guys, I'm also responding on WhatsApp on the side, so yeah. Okay, and then we now have to come here and say int pin is equal to convert dot to int 32. Okay, and then we're gonna pass console dot read line. Okay, powerful. And then we do that. After we've read the line, we're gonna come down here and say if the entered pin, or we can use dot, no, we can't use that, that's for string, is equal to pin, then else it should go and say console dot read, no, not read, dot write. Oh dear Lord Jesus, I need to change settings for this webcam. Wrong. Oh no, doesn't say wrong, it says incorrect pin. And then we're gonna jump 2 lines and say try again. Okay, Now this thing is supposed to do what? To try again, and it gives you how many tries? 3. So let's declare an int, let's call it try. Okay, that try exists. Let's call it tries is equal to 3. Okay, and then we're gonna cut that, and then we're gonna introduce a while loop. So it's gonna do while tries is not equal to 0. Okay, and then it's gonna, okay, I messed up everything, so I have to start from scratch. Console dot write line, enter your pin. We close that, we declare int pin is equal to convert dot to int 32, and then we go console dot read line, and then we close the line. Okay, okay, powerful. Now we introduce the if statement. We say, okay, if the entered pin is equal to the pin that is saved on the system, then what? We have a statement that we're gonna execute over there, else it should say console dot write line, and then displays incorrect pin, and then we're gonna jump 2 lines and say try again. Okay, and then when we do this, when this guy has to try again, okay, let's close over there. When this guy has to try again, we go what? Tries minus minus. We can use tries minus minus, or we can use tries is equal to tries minus 1. It's still the same thing. Okay, so tries minus 1 is too simple, so I love using the complicated things. So we go tries minus minus, and actually that's the simplest for me. Okay, now let's come back in here since the pin is correct. Now let's go and declare a string, and then actually before we declare the string, let's display console dot write line and say enter the transaction type you wish to perform. Okay, and then it jumps a line, and then it says D for deposit and what? W for, okay, W for withdrawal. Okay, and then we close that, and then we declare a string, and then we call it trans type, which is gonna be equal to console dot read line. Okay, powerful. Now, so within that if statement, we now need to create an if statement. If trans type dot equals what? Let's go D, or let's copy this, copy, and then we paste it there. We put the small letter D, because some people can't read instructions clearly, so we need to put that in mind. So if that is gonna be the deposit, we're gonna display console dot write line, and then we're gonna say enter the amount you want to deposit. Okay, and then we close that. And then from this specific if statement, we're gonna call the method what? Okay, so we need to declare a double final balance, which is gonna call deposit, and then we're gonna pass what? Our balance, the one we declared up there, and then we're gonna pass in the amount. Okay, powerful. But now we need to go double amount is equal to convert. Okay, it's convert dot to double. Okay, my convert is wrong, and then we go console dot read line, and then we close that, and then we come here, we delete that, we save this thing. Now that is 100% correct. So we go console, no, we're gonna do this right at the end. Okay, powerful. We are done with this. Okay, no, but we need to do it in here since our final double is not a global variable. So let's go console dot write line, and then we say, okay, before we write this, we need to jump a line and say your transaction was successful. Okay, full stop. And then let's jump one line and say your balance is that specific R plus what? Plus the final balance. Okay, what do I mean when I say balance is not a global variable? Balance is it's called a local variable because we declared this balance within this if statement. If I should have declared this balance up here, the final balance, like this one, this is global, it can be used anywhere within this coding. Okay, but because this one is not global, I cannot use it outside this if statement. I cannot. It's a local variable. It's only accessible to this specific if statement. Okay, and then I go else if, and then I copy everything in here. We copy that, we come, we paste it here, we change that to a capital letter W, we change that to that. Okay, and then I come in here, I copy everything, copy that, you paste it here, and then we need to remember that this one needs to call, okay, let's close that, it needs to call withdraw. Okay, that's the only difference. And then here enter the amount you want to withdraw. Okay, need to change that draw. Okay, and then we can come here and display an else part and say console dot what dot write line, and then we say invalid transaction time. Okay, powerful. And then we close that, and then in here we need to break. Why are we breaking? We are breaking the loop. Okay, since this was successful, we want to break the loop because it's gonna continue and ask us again to enter this, because tries is not less than 0. Okay, so we need to break the loop afterwards. Let's run this program and see. Okay, it says I should enter my pin. Let's go 2525, incorrect pin. Try again, enter your pin. 3695, incorrect, enter your pin. Incorrect, try again, but now it doesn't allow me, it doesn't ask me to enter a pin. Are we on the same page? So that's why it displays that. Or let me be wise also about this. Let me use an if statement. Let's say if tries is what? Is greater than 0, else if okay, I forgot the T. If tries is equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0. Okay, let's cut that. If tries is greater than 0, you need to try again, and then if that is not equal to 0, it's gonna say invalid pin, cut, blocked. Okay, okay, now let's try this once again. Enter your pin, 857 that, incorrect, try again, 85 that, try again. Okay, it doesn't display that. If tries is greater than 0, it should keep on displaying that. Else if tries is equal to 0. Oh, okay, now I understand why it doesn't. Let's okay, we need to be super smart about this now. If tries is greater than 0, that should be displayed. Else if the tries is equal to 0. Reason why this is not displaying is that this will get to 0 after. It will subtract after. I am not that. Okay, powerful. It will subtract after. So when it gets here, it's not equal to 0. And if we take this and cut, let's try and cut this. And then we paste it up here. Let me see if this is gonna be correct. It's gonna come up there as what? As 3, and then it's gonna that. Okay, powerful. Let's try this once again. Let's enter that. Incorrect pin, cut blocked. Okay, powerful. But 1, 2, 3, yeah, we tried 3 times. So yes, it worked. It worked. Okay, now let's do the correct one. Our pin is 15. Is it 15, 14? Okay, powerful. Now enter the transaction type that you would like to perform. Let's enter D. Enter the amount you want to deposit, 5,000. Your transaction was successful. Your balance is 10,000. That's how the ATM machine works. Okay? Okay. Now, let's try the withdrawal. 15, 14. And then let's select W. Enter the amount of money you want to withdraw. Let's withdraw everything. Your transaction was successful. Your balance is 0. Okay? So this is the ATM application that I requested you guys to do. And I know most of you are not are not skilled enough to have done what I have done, but just a simple ATM application. Okay, so this is the ATM application, and the code is gonna be on the description below. So cheers guys, I'll see you next time.